Hi guys. Hi guys. Welcome to another episode of Diary Wizard. My name is Elizabeth and I share practical ways on how you can live life God's way. So this is going to be a very short video. I want to talk about the importance of allowing God lead you in everything that you have to do. Hearing God's voice over making decisions and acknowledging God in all your ways basically. So you know how when we're about to get married and we're about to make big decisions, we actually involve God and say, God, this person I want to marry, is it the person, is it not the person, and all of that. And I just want to talk about the importance of hearing God and having that conviction from God about making big decisions, making, in fact, small decisions in your life. When you want to make certain decision in your life, it's actually important that you hear God for yourself. When you hear God and then you've made a move, maybe God say go to Ibadan or go to the United Kingdom or go to Canada, right? And all of that. And God tells you to do certain things. And in the future or in the middle of it, you're faced with certain difficulties. What hearing God does to you is that it's like an anchor that you can hold on to when the ship is gbas right? Because there will come a time when the ship may go gbas and storm will arise and all of that. But when you know that it is God that has actually told me to do this, you can always go back to the word of God and look again at what he has said to you. Just like when you're about to make the choice of a life partner and God says this is your husband, and it gives you so many confirmation that this is your husband and all of that. In that relationship, maybe people are facing one challenge or the other, you are able to know that it's actually God that actually said I should go into this marriage with this person. Do you understand? So those things kind of keep your heart at peace, even in the midst of tribulations, even in the midst of trials. I know that you definitely overcome all these things that you are going through. So it's important that you hear God when you want to make certain decisions. Seek the face of God, hear God's voice, hear God's opinion about that particular decision that you're about to make, because the truth is that once you're in that ship, the ship will do gbas. There will be storms of life. You may be faced with difficulties, and in those moments of facing difficulties and all of that, you may be wondering, why did I even do this? It was not even worth it at the end. No, God asked you to do it. And just knowing that, okay, God was actually the one that told me to go ahead, it kind of give you an anchor, it give you something to hold on to, something that is an assurance that you would overcome, that this storm will pass. Do you understand? So it's very important that you actually hear God for yourself. Because there are times that maybe God asks you to change job or something, and you start seeing a better option, and you're like, God, how far? You understand? You should have told me to go for this one instead. You have to learn to stay where God has put you. You have to learn to stay where God has put you. You have to learn to stay where God has put you, because there will always be things that are better. There will always be places that are better. So I was speaking with a young guy some days ago when I went out for evangelism, and then he was talking about that is going to be posted for NYC very soon, and then he would like to post it to Lagos, right? Because I was talking about that Lagos is the home of opportunities. There are so many things happening in Lagos and all of that, and I quite agree with that. But I had to also let him know that the truth is that the place where there are opportunities for you is where God has led you to. See, if God leads you to a place like Nasarawa, as long as it's God that has led you there, trust me, there's something for you there. There is milk and honey for you there. See, it may not look like it's for everybody, but if it is God that has sent you there, you can be 100% sure that there's milk and honey flowing for you in Nasarawa. The scariest place to be is outside of God's will, and the safest place to be is in the middle of God's will. When you are in the center of God's will, regardless of the storm that may be raging or whatever, as long as you are in the center of God's will for your life, you are going to be safe and you are going to be secure. God's will is a fortress. Do you understand? God's will, no, Bible says that the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous runs into it and is saved. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. Staying in the name of the Lord, staying where God has kept you. Do you understand? Staying in the place that God has led you to is wisdom. Trusting God with your life is wisdom. Do you understand? I know there's this euphoria of, oh, we are young people, want to try new things and all that. Don't go and try new things that will lead you to destruction. Oh. Don't try things that God has not asked you to do. So I just thought to put this out there that it's very important that for every major decision we want to make, for every decision we want to make, for everything that we want to do, we allow God lead us, right? It's actually very, very important that we allow God lead us. When you know that it is God that has sent me, or Romonishe Fayati, do you understand? God that sent me will keep me. And the truth is that where God leads, He always provides. And where God leads, He keeps you. Do you understand? It keeps you safe in the place that He has led you. Do you get? So you don't just you're not going on your own, because a lot of times you'll be asked who sent you. Do you understand? In whose name have you come? Do you understand? In who is backing you up? God is backing me up. He is backing me up. He is backing me up. So sometimes when you're faced with all these challenges, you know what to run back to, because the person that sent you. You understand? When you know that it's God that sent me to do this thing I'm doing, when you're not faced with challenges, you can run back to God that sent you. And then you just know that you'll be fine, you'll be safe. See, guys, the best place to be is in the center of God's will. May we never be caught outside of God's will, because the safest place to be is in the center of God's will. The truth is that half the time when God is leading you to do something, it may not look like what looks good in the moment. You understand? It may not look like what you want in the moment, but trust me, God knows what you need. In 10 years, in 5 years, in 20 years, God knows what you need. And then the truth is that there's a master plan for your life. There's a plan mapped out for your life. So God is working according to plan. You understand? It may not look like what you want. It may not look like something that is involved. It may not look cool, right? It may not look cool in the moment, but trust me, as long as it's God that is leading you, trust me, you're going to be fine, and you're going to enjoy yourself. Trust me, wherever God leads you, He's going to provide, He's going to keep you, He's going to protect you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.